So in our second game of our bracket, we have Adeptus Mechanicus versus Harlequins. We have the mission Codebreakers. So there are 4 objectives, as you can see. In this mission, though, you continue to control an objective even after you walk away from it, and you control the initial ones. So the Harlequins at the beginning of the game will control both these objectives, and they don't need to move over to them. The Admech will control the other ones, and they control it until an opponent moves within range, and then the opponent will get it. Other than that, it's usual deployment. And then there's a bonus arena objective, retrieve tools. If the enemy leader is taken out of action, you score 1 victory point. If they're taken out of action in close combat, then you score 3 victory points. With the tiebreaker being the amount of specialists taken out. And then the tiebreaker being whoever has the most points of unshaken models on the field. We can go right into Joe's Admech army. Or kill team.
I have a Infiltrator Princeps as my leader. I have a regular Sicarian Infiltrator with Flechette Blaster and Taser Goad as my Zealot Specialist. The leader has the same loadout. I have 2 Vanguard Gunners with Arc Rifles. One of them will be a Sniper Specialist. And then I have 5 regular Vanguard. One of them is a Comm Specialist. And then for my objectives...
And then on to Greg's Harlequin kill team.
Okay. I have a bunch of players here. 8 of them to be definitive. 7 of them have Harlequin's Blades, and 1 of them has Harlequin's Caress, who is my leader. And then I have a Combat, Zealot, and Veteran Specialist. There's not much variety in being able to choose the Harlequin teams.
Yeah, you just got different close combat weapons.
If you want to maximize your troops, you really don't have many points for special weapons. And then my objectives are these.
And on to deployment.
I placed basically my 2 groups on the doors. They're placed evenly pretty much with the exception of specialists. And I'm going to try to move towards Joe as quick as I can for the objective part of this, and we'll see what happens when we get into combat.
For the Admech, just split up my forces, have 1 of the Gunners and 3 Vanguard over here, and then I have all of my specialists grouped up over here with the 2 Infiltrators to head over to Greg's side of the board.
Okay, so we just have initiative.
Admech 12.
Quattro.
For the Admech, 2 of the regular Vanguard just opened the doors by them, and everyone else moved up.
Harlequins opened the doors, advanced forward to try to get in position to start taking objectives, and stayed in cover so they wouldn't get shot over there.
And on to turn 2.
Yeah.
What's the initiative?
So so you each get a victory point? Is that
Yes. Each one you get 1 for controlling 2 objectives. If you control 3, you get 2. You get 3.
Admech 4.
5.
Ooh, barely got him. So we lost the audio for turn 2, so we're just going to do a summary after the fact. So starting with Greg's Harlequin stuff.
I made 1 successful charge with the leader, and then I made 2 failed charges with the other units. I advanced the guy that was at the door up here, and then I moved everybody else over here, taking Joe's objective. I advanced 1 of them, the other 3 moved. I ended up denying Joe the opportunity to open his door.
Since Greg stopped me from opening the door, the 3 Vanguard just ditched him in the room and closed the door behind them. Over here, Greg killed my 1 Infiltrator in close combat, and then piled into him, and then he ended up killing them. I managed to kill 1 of Greg's Harlequin specialists to shooting, so 2 bounty markers have been dropped. And I managed to get a victory point for high-profile targets and cut a pot.
And then Greg also got victory points for cut a pot and high-profile targets.
And then he got 3 for holding 3 objectives.
So it is now 6-3 in favor of the Harlequins.
For the Canticles, I rolled the reroll ones in the shooting phase, which I don't think there's going to be any shooting for me this turn. Move 2 of the Vanguard up to grab the markers from the bounty. The Infiltrator Princept and the regular Vanguard charged in on this Harlequin. Guy stayed by the door to try and hold it. He ended up failing. This guy stayed behind to hold that door, and the other 2 guys advanced up to come out this way.
And then this is turn 3?
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. So basically I'm just trying to keep Joe from getting to my objectives. I was able to move in and take the last objective, so I have them all. I assaulted the one guy that denied me from opening the door the first time. And then I assaulted in to help this guy with the combat. And I fear that I may lose at least one, if not both Harlequins over there, but it was worth it.
So, who are you activating first, Joe? Or...
I'll activate the Infiltrator Princept. I'm going to spend 2 command points on Conqueror Doctrine Imperative. So he gets to add 1 to his to hits.
Okay.
Are you splitting his attacks up?
I will. Gets 3 attacks. Or no, 4 attack. Right. No, 3 attacks. It's a Ruststalker that gets 4. He'll put 2 against the Specialist, 1 against the normal one. On the Specialist, hitting on 2s.
Those are mine. Left them.
1 hit. 1 wound.
Goes through.
You want to command point it?
No. Dead.
Yep. Other one.
That's another point for Joe.
2 hits. 1 wound.
Well, didn't you have 3 attacks?
Goes through.
Both hit. I only wounded once. I just reroll.
Yes, you just...
Hit. Wound.
Goes through.
Flip.
Would you like to try to reroll it?
I don't have it.
Well then, I will do this one over here. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. And then your T3?
Yeah.
Winning on 4s. No ones.
Activate this guy. 1 attack. Hits. Wounding on 3s because of rad saturation. Wounds.
Good. So now I attack back. I will attack back on... is your guy T4, the buffer guy on the bigger base?
No.
T3 also?
He does have multiple wounds, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has 2 wounds.
Okay. I will split them. So 2 and 2. So 2 on him. 1 hit. 1 wound.
On who?
The guy with the bigger base.
AP.
No AP.
4 up. Takes a wound.
Okay. And then the other guy. 2 hits. 1 wound.
4 up. Takes it.
I will command point. Dead. And then war damages 2 command points. Use tactic at the end of the fight phase. Pick a model from your kill team that has already fought this phase. That model can immediately fight an additional time. I will do that one over on this guy. So 2 command points gone. 1 stays. Let's see if I can wipe him out. Well, I hit more at least. 2. Nope. Flesh wound only. So I think it was a successful turn for me. I have all the objectives.
Yeah, can you toss me the blue 2?
My guys can fail their nerves, so that guy fails.
And can you be shaken in close combat?
I don't know.
Don't
We'll check
think you
in.
can.
If he can, he is.
Oh, this guy? Oh,
That
wait,
guy.
Can he fail?
He only took a wound. He still has a wound left.
Yes. Yeah, he has no flesh wounds.
Yeah.
And I gotta check my guy. Let me see here. What's their leadership? LD8, so I lost 3. He's fine. And then,
Victory points.
yes.
So you get 3.
I have Recon Sweep.
So what does that do?
So at the end of the battle round, score 1 victory point if 1 or more models from your kill team other than shaken models are wholly within the enemy deployment zone. So he is.
No,
That's my deployment zone's here.
Oh, all right. Well, then I don't get it. But now I
Spoiled.
took it out for Joe. Now he knows.
But you got 3 victory points for controlling the objectives.
Yes.
And you got 1 for cut apart.
1 for cut apart. And then no special skill. So
I got my 2 bounty markers. Slid onto him. Got those 2. Killed a specialist, and then I killed 1 in the fight phase.
Yep.
So I got 4.
So that's what to what? 5. So 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Or 10 to 7 for Harlequins. Moving on to battle round 4. Who's going first?
Mech 3.
3.
2.
9. I get to go first.
So we just ran the numbers and the potential scenarios, and we've concluded that there is no way for the Admech to win at this point, because Greg can just move the guys to block me from being able to get through this door to grab that objective. He can do the same thing on this door, and then only the leader could potentially get to one of the other 2 objectives, but Greg would still get 3 victory points, and he's already 3 ahead of me. And I can only potentially get 2 in my turn, realistically.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we went into this game thinking the Harlequins would beat the Admech. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. The speed at which they move, and that
The tight confines of these kinds of maps, plus their movement, and the fact that Greg can also go through doors, even though that didn't come into play in this game.
what's that?
That Greg can like get over his guy
Oh,
to
I
move
can't body block
around.
my
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Okay, I thought you meant face through doors. It's like no.
Like a
You didn't see me do that?
reverse circumstance, I can't get through that door, but Greg can just run his guys through. And it's just like with the like in an open area, maybe the Admech can fight the Harlequins, but
I don't know about that
well,
either.
well, just that when they actually can shoot at stuff, but it's like there's like 12-inch fire lanes that Greg can easily make a charge down.
Well, and then just the way like Greg got through this door, like turn 2, so like 4 of your guys didn't do anything this battle, like just via that. So, but if you had been able to open the door on your terms, then
If I had been
Yeah,
able
you
to
tried
open it,
to,
but the one
I think.
try
Yeah,
failed.
yeah, you tried to, and Greg kept it closed.
Joe successfully kept it closed with 1 guy.
Yeah, but then the next round you kept it closed, and then you opened it on your
I
turn.
opened it because I had 2 guys try to open it.
But didn't Joe try? Joe tried to open it, and you
Yeah.
stopped him, and
Yeah.
then you tried to open it and succeeded.
Yeah.
So it was a battle for the door. And
No, I played it I just wanted to get into combat as quick as I could. And I know it was reckless leaving those guys open, but I just wanted to maximize my range.
Yeah.
And block him from being able to get to the objectives as much as I could.
Well, I think the biggest thing with this, like this layout and everything, is you were able to force the battle onto Joe's side of the board. So like Joe can't get to the objectives, and the battle happened like past Joe's objectives. So like he couldn't get to either of yours, and you were able to get his, which kind of makes you auto win on this one. So the Adeptus Mechanicus are eliminated, and the Harlequins will move on.